Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today we'll study absolute value equations and inequalities. Today we'll study how can we solve the absolute value equations. First, remember the meaning of absolute value. Absolute value of 3 equals what? Absolute value of negative 3 equals what? Absolute value of 0 equals what? We studied before the meaning of the absolute value of 3. Just to draw the number line 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on the right, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and so on the left. Now ask yourself, what is the meaning of the absolute value of 3? Just ask yourself, how many units or what's the distance between 3 and 0 on the number line? So represent 0, represent 3. Just ask yourself, how many units between 0 and 3? Now we can count 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 units. Now absolute value of 3 equals 3. It's a distance, so it will be positive. Absolute value of negative 3, by the same way, represent negative 3 on the number line and count the units between 0 and negative 3. 1, 2, 3. Now absolute value of negative 3 equals 3 units. We can deduce now that the absolute value must be positive. If I ask you the absolute value of 0, 0, the distance between 0 and itself is equal to 0 units. Now the absolute value must be, guys, positive or 0. So if we have a number between the two vertical lines, we get positive value. Why? Because it's a distance. And the distance is positive amount. Now guys, don't forget, absolute value of 3 equals 3. Absolute value of negative 3 equals 3. Absolute value of 0 equals 0. Now, we can deduce that the absolute value of x must be greater than or equal 0. This is the main concept, so don't forget. Now, if we have absolute value of x equals 3, now x between the two vertical lines, maybe x equals 3 and negative 3. Now we get Mr. x is equal to 3 and x equals negative 3. So don't forget, if we have an expression between the two vertical lines or inside the absolute value, we get two values, positive 3 and negative 3. Next, if we have absolute value of x equals 5, now ask yourself, what's the value of x? Yes, x equals 5 and x equals negative 5. If, again, absolute value of x equals 8, now we can deduce that x equals 8 and x equals negative 8. Next example, absolute value of x minus 7 equals 9. First, isolate absolute value of x. We have minus 7. Just add 7 to both sides. Then you can cancel. Now we get absolute value of x at the left equals 9 plus 7 equals 16. Absolute value of x equals 16. Now ask yourself, what are the values for x? Yes, maybe x equals 16 or x can be equal to 16 and x can be equal negative 16. First example, solve for x. 3 absolute value of x minus 5 equals 10. What's the main idea, guys? We need to isolate absolute value of x. Before we solve it for x. Now, just ask yourself, how can we solve for absolute value of x? We have minus 5. How we cancel minus 5? We will use the inverse operation. The inverse operation of minus or subtraction is addition. Just add 5 to both sides. Then cancel, so we get at the left 3 absolute value of x. At the right, 10 plus 5 equals 15. Now ask yourself, What's the relation between 3 and absolute value of x? It's multiply, mister. So how can you cancel 3? Yes, we will divide both sides by 3. Just divide by 3. Now we get cancel 3, we get absolute value of x equals 15 divided by 3 equals 5. Now guys, don't forget x between the two vertical lines, so we have two values of x. Now x equals 5 and x equals negative 5. Next, solve each absolute value equation. How can we solve 2 equals absolute value of x minus 1? We have minus 1. Now use inverse operation to isolate absolute value of x. Just add 1 to both sides. Now we can cancel, mister. Cancel, we get absolute value of x is equal to 2 plus 1 equals what? Equals 3. Now absolute value of x equals 3. We can say that x is equal to 3 and x, mister, is equal to what? Yes, negative 3. So the solutions for the equation are x equals 3 and x equals negative 3. Next, it will be the same. Absolute value of x minus 4 equals 9. We have minus 4. What's the inverse of minus 4? So it's plus 4, mister. We studied. Just add 4 to both sides. Now cancel. We get absolute value of x equals 9 plus 4 equals what? Equals 13. Now ask yourself, absolute of x equals 13. We can say that x is equal to 13 and x, mister, equals negative 13. Next example, solve each absolute value equation. Absolute value of negative 2x plus 8 equals 20. Ask yourself, what's the expression inside the absolute value? It's negative 2x plus 8. This expression is equal to 20 and the same expression, negative 2x plus 8, is equal to negative 20. Now, just to solve the two equations we studied, minus 8 minus 8. Now, negative 2x is equal to 20 minus 8, guys, equals what? Yes, equals 12. How can we find the value of x? Look at the coefficient of x is negative 2. So you have to divide both sides by negative 2. Divided by negative 2, divided by negative 2. We can cancel negative 2. We get x is equal to, ask yourself, 12 divided by negative 2 equals what? Yes, positive divided by negative equals negative. 12 divided by 2 equals what? Yes, equals 6. Now x equals negative 6. Next, it will be the same, but pay attention to the negative sign. Minus 8 minus 8. Now, cancel. Positive 8 minus 8. It will be mister 0. We get negative 2x at the left. Negative 20 minus 8. Negative 20 minus 8. How can we find, mister, the result or the value? Just put the negative sign and add the two numbers. 20 plus 8 equals 28. So we get negative 28. Negative 20 minus negative 8 or minus 8. It means negative 20 plus negative 8. Don't forget, the sum of the two negative integers is a negative integer. Now we can divide both sides by what, guys? Yes, the same. The coefficient of x is negative 2. Divided by negative 2, divided by negative 2. Now, mister, cancel. We get x is equal to negative divided by negative, positive. 28 divided by 2 is equal to 14, guys. Now, guys, x equals 14. Now, what are the solutions for the main equation? X equals negative 6 and x equals 40. Next example, 2 absolute value of x minus 8 is equal to 20. How can we find the value of x? Ask yourself, what's the relation between 2 and the absolute value of x minus 8? It means multiply, the double of the absolute value of x minus 8. Now, to cancel 2, just divide by 2. We started. Divided by 2, divided by 2. We get absolute value of x minus 8 is equal to 20 divided by 2 equals Mr. 10. Cut your paper into two halves. We have the first equation, x minus 8 is equal to 10. The second equation is what, guys? Yes, x minus 8 equals negative 10. We can solve the two equations. Just add 8 to both sides. Now cancel. We get x is equal to 10 plus 8 equals 18. This is the first value of x. X minus 8 equals negative 10. By the same way, we have minus 8. The inverse is plus 8 to both sides. Cancel. We get x is equal to, listen guys, negative 10 plus 8 equals what? When we add two numbers, one is negative and the other is positive. Just cancel the signs and find the difference between the two numbers. 10 minus 8 equals 2. And this 2, take the sign of the larger one. The larger one is 10. Its sign is negative. So we get Mr. X equals negative 2. Thank you for watching. See you soon, guys.